This is a scenario not just in Mindanao but in the rest of the BIMP-IAGA. We're not saying that there's no SMEs taking advantage. What we're saying is that the pickup is not as fast as we would have wanted to or as we would have expected. And so that study we did with MinDa showed that when we did the consultation around BIMP-IAGA, these were what came out. The SMEs are hesitant. They are upbeat about the opportunities, but they are cautious. Upbeat but cautious because they know that their capacities are not yet there to be able to compete outside. They would just comfort themselves with being suppliers to the big industries domestically rather than go out and participate directly in direct trade linkages. So these are some of the things that came out, the top ones. Inadequate infrastructure, which were already mentioned earlier, transport costs, complex customs regulations, non-tariff barriers, quarantine issues, port regulation issues, etc., etc. Or some of our products going to some for example, case in point, Indonesian ports. And only to find out that Indonesia has assigned specific commodities that can enter into specific ports. And that means the lack of information about all of these all of these trade dynamics outside. So because of those things, it sort of hinders the SMEs to participate immediately. I think there will have to have a gestation period, and we think that because of this internal capacity preparation for SMEs, the pace at which they will bite or they will buy into the opportunity will largely hinge on the pace of their internal capacity preparation. And these are the guides, at least for government and the private sector, to think about and as basis for our next steps. That's why we continue asking why. We don't just be satisfied with the status quo. And in that way, we do some internal critiquing of what else can be done. So right now, we have two specific initiatives along that line to help SMEs pick up and prepare to do direct international trade links. One is we gathered, this is some inclusive business models. Some multinationals and big corporations volunteered to share their internal experts in quality control for free. So we're putting them together, we call them the pool of experts, and we field them to shepherd, to advise, to mentor cooperatives, small micro SMEs who are preparing to participate. That's one. And that's just an innovative, creative means in the absence of a bigger institutional support like this. The second innovative, inclusive business model that we are now doing together with our cooperatives to help them prepare and the SMEs is negotiating with big players who already have vast supply networks. They themselves agree to this inclusive business program that they will bring in local producers purposively. But in return, they will also voluntarily prepare them and train them. So these are just creative means. That's why in my conclusion earlier, we suggested that maybe there can be a research for more innovative, more inclusive business models so that the bigger ones, the champions, can handhold, shepherd the SMEs who are now preparing or gearing up for AEC.